think we're going.
I hope not.
All right, looks like we're live. Yep, Facebook Live. Hey, what's up, people? It's Doug and Marianne.
Hello.
We're back 2018. Whoop, whoop. We've got some new audio-visual equipment here. We got the new Mevo camera there, which I control here, so I can control different shots. So I'm going to try not to multitask. If I put it in auto, it's going to get crazy. So we're going to see if I can just kind of maneuver around like so while we're talking. So if I'm looking down, I'm looking maybe for comments, or where's the comments?
I don't know. I see where you can tell how many people are watching.
Yeah, I can't see any comments, so I'll have to figure out how this kind of works as it goes through 2018. All right, so what are we going to talk about today?
Relational envy.
Yes. And what? So we did a poll. We're like, do you guys want to hear about the song dedication gone wrong, or do you want to hear about the Westbrook Shoe Challenge, which is good? And that should come.
That'll come later. That one's going to come at a later time.
It was a real challenge. And so the vote was for the dedication song gone wrong. So just maybe set that up, kind of what happened there.
Okay, so I had a friend of mine who her husband posted on her Facebook wall it was like a really sweet song. And it had, I mean, like the lyrics were just really meaningful, and when I listened to it, I thought, man, like, I want Doug to do that. I want him to like, on Facebook say, you know, something along the lines of like the lyrics in that song. And so
it was like some Ed Sheeran song, right?
No.
Oh.
It was like an acoustic cover to some old song that I
Okay.
had heard the old song before.
That's right.
And I was like,
10,000 Maniacs or something like that. Irish guy? Yeah, okay. Sorry.
But the acoustic version was really beautiful, and it made you like listen to the lyrics. And so anyway, I pretty much came to him and said, okay, so a friend of mine, her husband posted this thing and it was really sweet, and I'm kind of like, maybe you could do that. And
so I was like, okay, I got this. I know exactly what I'm gonna do. So I dialed up Van Halen, Drop Dead Legs, and posted that.
He's like, hey, I posted a video for you. You might want to check it out.
It says Pretty Smile in it. In fact, I have the lyrics right here, so people might kind of see what I was thinking. Pretty smile, hurts my head, gets me wild. Then it gets a little weird. Dig that steam, giant derriere. Okay, but makes me scream. You know you want it. I know what it is. When the night is through, maybe I'll still be loving you. I don't know. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah. So I listened to this video and I'm like, wow, Doug, you really nailed it.
Maybe not the best song. So we're going to talk about relational envy as a result, right?
Yeah.
So this comes up a lot of times, right? So a lot of times people will see something somebody else does and be like, oh, I wish, you know, my significant other or my friends did this and we're more like this, which can lead to this problem or other just problems in general. So when you hear envy, what do you think?
Well, I used to think like envy bad. So if I felt envy, I just kind of wanted to like push it away. Like, I don't want to have envy. That's like, doesn't seem like a positive emotion to be feeling. So as I guess matured a little bit, I kind of realized that envy was a tool. But the first thing that happened when we took that like a couple steps further, that whole situation where then he posts like Drop Dead Legs and I'm like, well, that wasn't what I wanted. But then I kind of put him in a lose-lose situation where I'm like, somebody else is doing this, like maybe you could too. Instead of maybe handling it a little bit better, first thing would be appreciate what he is doing, that he does a lot of things, like he still writes me love letters and things like that.
Right. So the equip model that we talk about, the EQ UIP model, encouragement, how do we encourage? One of the ways is through appreciation. So if you come out of the gate with the envy conversation in a discouraging, like comparison style, that's not going to encourage the other person to want to do this. So appreciation is a very encouraging tool to use.
It encourages,
solve the problem.
like, if I said, you know what, I really loved when you wrote me that love note, or whatever it is, I am encouraging him to do more of that versus using discouraging language like comparison, like, well, somebody else was doing this.
Right.
That doesn't feel good, and I wouldn't want him to do that to me. I wouldn't want him, I feel like I do a lot of things, and if he is like, well, so-and-so's wife was also doing A, B, and C, or whatever, I feel like it's not going to go over well.
Right. And when you just focus on maybe what the other person isn't doing or what you want them to do more of, you lose sight of all of the things that they are doing, kind of
Right.
the 80-20 rule. You're ready to give up the 80 that they're doing to search for the person that's doing the 20 that you think you want
Right.
at the time.
Right.
But maybe it's not what you want. Maybe the actual song lyric is not what you want. You want to maybe unpack that and get to the root of really why you feel that envy.
Right. So then, I guess as I got a little bit older, I realized that envy doesn't have to be this thing that when it comes along, I'm just like, envy bad, like, "Ugh, get out of here," and more like kind of examining it. Like, what is it about this that I'm seeing that I'm wanting in our marriage? I want more of it. And so how can I work to cultivate whatever that thing is? And basically, I need to communicate. I need to come to him and I need to say, like, in a more mature way, how can we work? Like, this is something that I'm wanting. I'm wanting more emotional vulnerability or something
Right.
along the lines of
Right.
that. Whatever the thing is that I feel like I want that in our marriage, instead of coming to him and like, well, you don't, and
I'm like, oh, I got this. I got this right here. So it's all about the feedback and how you how you give feedback and how you're willing to receive feedback. And that's a whole another podcast on its own.
Yeah.
And we could do that. Craig Rochelle just did one. Actually, you were cutting my hair and you're like, hey, what's this? Feedback podcast.
the Craig Rochelle Leadership Podcast did one on giving and receiving feedback, and it was amazing.
So, and that's two areas that really would like solve this problem. If I knew how to receive the feedback and you knew properly how to give the feedback when you feel these envious situations.
yeah.
So that's good. And then what the last step would probably be, you've got to realize maybe you're not going to change the other person. You've got to kind of own why you have these feelings and envy, and what can you do about it to kind of draw that out of the other person.
Right. So I do feel like in marriage or in relationships, you have to take ownership of what is yours. You can't make the other person change and be something different. But being able to communicate and then take ownership of what is mine, like what am I bringing to the table? How am I approaching him when I do have feedback to give, when I have things to work on? I mean, I would hope that he would receive the feedback well and not be defensive and not not be angry.
How could you say that?
But instead, that we would both work on whatever it is that we really want in our own marriage. I think that's kind of...
So you could use it as a positive when you discover you have this need that you're envious about. Unpack that, feedback it between each other, and take ownership of that. Right?
Yeah.
So let me just maybe close with another ditty here. He repeats, "Oh baby, you know you want it. I know what it is. Dig those moves, vampire.
Wow. Yeah.
Set me loose, get it higher." Take that, Ed Sheeran.
Super classy.
David Lee Roth, Drop Dead Legs. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in. Hopefully I didn't get too crazy with the editing or multitasking here. We'll probably get better as it goes. And maybe we'll even learn how to read comments if they come in. And
Yeah.
so that might be nice down the road. Anything else?
I guess that's it.
Okay, thanks for tuning in, guys. Share this. Visit the website, relationshipresidence.com. There's a lot of cool free information on there. And we'll maybe do some more Facebook polls to see what you guys want to hear. Thanks, guys.